Welcome to the premiere edition of I Live You Florida, Southwest Florida's first lifestyle, cultural, and entertainment television show. I'm your host, Nikki Gill. I look forward to showing to you the most vibrant, distinctively edgy events, premier restaurant openings, charity galas, theater and opera events, as well as some of the most luxurious travel destinations that reflect the lifestyle of Southwest Florida. The heart of Hope Clubhouse is the workday. Members and staff work side by side as colleagues in an atmosphere of mutual caring and respect, performing a wide variety of tasks necessary to the operation of the program. Members can choose to work in the education, employment, business, or culinary unit. I'm here with Deborah Webb, the Executive Director for Hope Clubhouse. Deborah, tell us about this wonderful organization and what you do to support our community.
Hope Clubhouse is a community organization that helps people with mental illnesses find work, support, housing, and friendships, and have them be part of a community that's restorative without judging, labeling, or misunderstanding their illness.
Wow, and we definitely need that here in the community. How long have you been here?
Hope Clubhouse opened in Fort Myers in March of 2010, and we've been in this building since February of 2011. So we're pretty new in the community.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So as far as your needs and supporting, and you mentioned you've been here for a short period of time, your growth, I mean, you've grown.
The need is unbelievable here in Southwest Florida for services for mental health. We are filling a significant gap. We have served, since we first opened in March 2010, 135 people. We currently have about 70 active members. We've put 35 of those members back to work. These are people that have not worked in many years of no fault of their own, but due to the illness could not keep a job. They are now stable and thriving here because of the clubhouse. So we are very, very fortunate to have a clubhouse here in the Fort Myers area.
That's wonderful. You mentioned the growth, so your needs, you're going to get to the point where you're going to overgrow this building. You're going to need to expand. Do you have plans in the future for doing that?
One of the things there is a lot of growth here for the clubhouse, and one of the things that we hope to do is build a clubhouse at some point. We have been very fortunate, and it's been a blessing to have some property donated to us. So we're hoping that one day we can build a new clubhouse. Right now we still have needs here within the clubhouse of new flooring for the culinary unit, kitchen utensils, because we do have a commercial kitchen where the members work, computers, video equipment, things like that for our business unit. Just so you understand, the members, we don't call them patients or consumers, we call them members, because as a clubhouse you have members, and they do all the operations, they make all the decisions. We empower them to take responsibility because it's their clubhouse, and this has been a very recovering and healing type of program for them.
Wonderful. Well, we thank you so much for taking the effort. We need it.
Thank you so much for your support.
I'm here with Joel Corcoran. He's the International Director for the Center for Clubhouse Development. Joel, tell us about what you're doing here in the community to help sustain so many people that really need you.
Oh, great. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here at Hope Clubhouse. Hope Clubhouse is part of an organization that's working around the world to change the circumstances for people living with mental illness. People living with mental illness are often left out of life in general, left out of the community and forgotten about. So places like Hope Clubhouse reach out and help people realize that they're needed, wanted, and expected somewhere. The International Center for Clubhouse Development works with 350 clubhouses in 30 countries around the world. What we do is we help people believe in themselves again, go back to work, go back to school, recreate social networks, reconnect with their family, and we have a very, very powerful model of working. It's a community center where the people who come here are members and they take care of each other.
Wonderful.
So we're opening about 22 new clubhouses a year now around the world.
Hi, I'm here with the Kings. They were so gracious to donate the building for Hope Clubhouse, which benefits our community and supports people that are dealing with mental health issues.
Excited that it just happened at a time when we were able to contribute, and I know the community is going to benefit tremendously from what the clubhouse is doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for the second annual Mental Health Symposium. I'm here with Miss Kathy Cronkite, and she's so graciously joining us and presenting her book, and she's a keynote speaker here for the Hope Clubhouse of Southwest Florida. Ms. Cronkite, we're so glad to have you here, and this book definitely helps a lot of people in the Southwest Florida area with mental health, and you definitely brought that to light with your book. Tell me how your inspirations came to actually write this book.
Well, it's one of the reasons we're here is that people need to talk about and bring these things out into the open, and particularly when the time that I was diagnosed, nobody was talking about it at all. Nobody recognized at that time that these were real illnesses with real treatments. And so that's part of the message I'm bringing. And for me, I was diagnosed when I was in my late 30s and kept that a secret. And finally, it was actually Mike Wallace who had an interview talking about his depression.
Wow.
And I thought, this is the thing to do. So
wow. This is definitely enlightening, inspiring. The Hope Clubhouse does so much for our community and integrating people back into our community through work and things like that. So we really appreciate you being here and bringing this all to light.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit under a microscope, and thank you. With some people, they go, anything I do wrong, it's because she's ill. Part of my job also is to bring the good news, because there is a lot of good news. And Hope Clubhouse is part of the good news. And I was just reading online about the carotene research that they're doing that actually may repair some of the damage that depression does to the brain. And there's all kinds of, even with budget cuts, people are still doing research, and people are still being passionate, and people are still doing their jobs. And that's very exciting when we see places like Hope Clubhouse and realize that there is that much hope in the world. But we also have to keep talking about it, the good and the bad. We have to keep sharing our information, talking about it so that people with brain disorders know that they're not alone and that they're no different than any other. And as a couple of our speakers mentioned, of course, that these illnesses really are no different from cancer, high blood pressure. In fact, they're more readily treatable than a lot of the other issues, illnesses that I mentioned. I have a wonderful mentor, Dr. John Rush at Southwest Medical Center in Dallas. He's hysterical. And but one of the things that he told me that really stuck in my head is the brain is the organ of the mind. And you can't separate the brain from the mind any more than you can separate the beat from the heart. And that, I think, helps sometimes put it in perspective for people who just go, there's this thing and then there's this crazy part. We know that all these illnesses are real and no fault and treatable illnesses. We just have to keep getting the word out, because 1/3 to 1/2 of people with depressive illnesses, for example, get no treatment at all. Part of that is because they don't have access to care. But part of it is, sorry, that's the same ring that I have that tells me to take my meds. So I just, But also, 1/3 of those people don't get help because of the stigma. And 1/3 because they don't even know that it's an illness that they're suffering from. Those are things we can do something about. Well, we can do something about access to care too, but we can do something about stigma and about not knowing what the illness is. Now we know that we know a little bit better about what to look for with children, but through my running away, school failures, disrupted relationships, failed marriages, yes, I now have to say that in the plural, substance abuse, self-destructiveness. I didn't know that all of these were part of an illness, which is the prologue to my book. I'm afraid the black dog has really got me, Churchill's image of despair suits me better than the black hole. A black hole just swallows you up. Would that it were that easy to sink down into darkness as if sleeping. But this dog crouches in the corner of the room, growls if I try to make a move, will not let me up. I go nowhere alone. He is at my side. He stands between me and any other while I'm looking good, staying calm, smiling to disarm his ferocity. Little things overwhelm me. I can't find the mate to my sock. I break the yolk of the egg. The doorbell rings while I'm on the phone. I can't cope with little things. I can't have a lunch date, and I can't see how to get dressed for it. That dog stands in the way. I don't shower, brush my hair, or make the bed. I wear the same clothes night and day. I cancel appointments or just don't show up. I call in sick to work, and I don't answer the phone. It's too much work to put on that game face and try to sound normal, although I'm very good at it up to a point. Sometimes I actually feel ill or just off or chilled, and curling up under the covers in my softest, snuggliest jammies doesn't help. There are things that should be important, things I need to do, attend a business dinner or my child's school play, but I can't. The simplest decisions are overwhelming and reduce me to tears. How much to tip, what to buy for dinner. And when I drive, the dog rides along. And I think if I just turn the wheel now, it'll all be over. I pass the crystal shelf and see myself shattering the precious glass and running a shard across my wrist. The dog and I stand a moment too long in front of the kitchen cabinet, staring at the Drano and wondering what would happen if I drank it. Although I am no longer suicidal, as I write this, the weight still sits on my shoulders. The stone sits in my stomach. My face wears a tight mask. I don't give in to it. I keep myself moving, the battle invisible even to those closest to me. But now at least I know what's dogging me. I know this will not last. I am not going to die. I am not going to feel this way forever. The world is not crumbling. I am not crazy or bad or lacking in faith or in discipline. I have a disease. It's called depression.
Part of enjoying the lifestyle of Southwest Florida is taking care of our health. I'd like to introduce you today to Dr. Constantine Mantz. He's the Chief Medical Officer for 21st Century Oncology. Thank you for joining me. I'm here with Dr. Constantine Mantz. He's the Chief Medical Officer with 21st Century Oncology. They're on the cutting edge of technology for treatments of prostate cancer, and he's going to tell us a lot about his seminar coming up October 25th. And where is that, Dr. Mantz?
Thank you, Nikki. And it's at the Landings Clubhouse on October 25th between 4 and 6 p.m.
Okay. All right. Now, your 21st Century Oncology is one of the leading, trailblazers in treatment of prostate cancer. Tell us about your latest technology breakthroughs.
That's right. And I'm particularly proud of our group, which consists of high-quality urologists and radiation oncologists and other physicians, too. But as it has to do with prostate cancer management, we've got an excellent team of surgeons and radiation oncologists working not just in providing the best quality of the standard of care today, but also researching the questions to what is going to be the standard of care in terms of surgery, radiation therapy, and other treatments for prostate cancer patients tomorrow.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So if someone's going to come to the event on the 25th, they can expect to learn about all of those treatments and go to your local facilities here. How many facilities do you have here in the Southwest Florida area?
We have, in Lee County, 5 radiation therapy offices, and we have a number more in Collier County too. And we have offices and availability for these services for radiation therapy up and down the west coast of Florida. And we also have a number of urology practice partners that mirror our locations in Southwest Florida. And so we provide a full set of services this way for patients with prostate cancer and other urologic cancers.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for joining me at the Wine Tasters of Naples golf outing. We're at the beautiful Tiburon golf course, and we are about to experience wonderful golfing in such a beautiful community. Thank you for joining us. The Wine Tasters of Naples members tee it up at Tiburon. Hi, I'm here with Lorraine and Shar from the Wine Tasters group of Naples. And Lorraine, tell me about the golf tournament. And is this the second year you've participated? Or?
Yes, this is the second golf tournament at Tiburon, it's a fundraiser. It's a great event for our members to come out to. And usually our events are wine tasting events or happy hours. And so this has been a nice change. A little bit diversified.
She played last year.
Oh, okay. How'd you do last year?
Not so well. That's why I'm volunteering this year.
What
But Tiburon's a beautiful course. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's just really a great day to enjoy.
And you mentioned fundraiser. Is there a particular group that you're fundraising for? Or?
We have three charities. St. Matthew's House is one. I know the women's shelter in Naples.
The Shelter for Abused Women is one, and Youth Haven is another.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this for our community. This is definitely what makes the difference.
And we hope anyone can come next year.
Okay.
Anyone can play.
Okay. Next.
150 yards straight down the middle.
Oh my God! Then you got the wrong guy.
John's in for a birdie.
Johnny, how you doing? Johnny, all right, man. Birdie.
Good. So how you doing today out here on the course?
I love the course, but like I say, if I have to make a living from the game, I will starve to death.
What are you guys doing in the woods?
We went squirrel hunting. We're in the bushes, all of us. So we're going to have to take a drop on this one and make it up on the next hole. So, but all's good.
So close, but so far.
So the main thing with the Tiburon golf course is that we use straight Bermuda grass. And the difficulty in this course is that there's no rough, so you need to keep the ball in play on the fairway. If it's not in the fairway, it's in the weeds. If it's in the weeds, you can watch it go in and sometimes not even find the ball. So this is definitely a course where you have to manage your game more so than on other courses. Yes, this is the 8th hole of the Gold Course. Today we happen to be using it for our Closest to the Pin event, as well as the hole-in-one, which is being sponsored by the PGA Superstore. They put up a $1,000 gift certificate for anybody that can actually get the ball in the hole in one stroke. This is probably one of our shorter holes. I think it's our shortest par 3, but it's still in excess of, for the men, 160 plus yards. So it's a beautiful hole, and this is it. This is it for the closest to the pin and the hole-in-one event.
We're out here at Tiburon enjoying a beautiful day, wonderful golf, great partners I'm playing with.
Absolutely.
They're carrying me, but we're doing our best.
That was some shot.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing today? Pretty good?
Well, we're not winning the tournament, but we're in it.
All right.
Hi, Naples.
All right. How many birdies have you had?
0. I'm sorry, no birdies today. Not yet. We're waiting for the second half.
Okay.
We are only 2 over.
So, only 2
7
over.
holes.
Very good.
Okay. Only 2 of them. Great.
Yeah.
How come you ladies are here on the green and the guys are out there looking for the balls in the woods?
We've been carrying them all day. I tell you, we're just straight up the middle.
Awesome.
They have no idea what they're doing.
That's why they invited us.
Yeah, we're carrying them.
These are carrying you. You were in the woods trying to find balls. And they're out
That's the
here.
truth. They are excellent golfers. We're fortunate to be playing with them today. Kathy and Susie are professional. We love it. We don't have to really do much of anything.
We're
We just ride along and drink beer.
We're riding them like mules, man. Come on! Come on! Go!
Wonderful. I'm here with John, and we're wrapping up the second annual Wine Tasters Golf Tournament here at beautiful Tiburon. How did everything go, John?
We could have asked for more. The weather was perfect. I mean, we sort of anticipated it would be a little bit inclement, but it turned out to be perfect. Everybody's having a great time. For us, the most important thing about this golf outing is the camaraderie that we share with one another. We raise some money for charity, and just being outside and enjoying the outdoors and the golf course. There's a beautiful golf course here at Tiburon, and we just had a great time.
Absolutely.
So John, what charitable events does this benefit?
Today's event is for the benefit of St. Matthew's House in Naples. We do have other events that we run that also are for other charities, which are the Shelter for Abused Women and Children and Youth Haven.
Okay.
We do have our biggest event coming up on March 16th, which is at Old Cypress. That benefits all 3 charities, and that's our annual event. That's our biggest event, which will have the greatest amount of people at. Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Each week, I Live You Florida will feature some of Southwest Florida's finest local musicians. This week, Harold Antoine of Legacy of Steel will give us the Caribbean vibe on his steel pans.